For more than 6 decades, Donny Osmond has been one of the most loved entertainers in the world. He started out as a cute little boy with a bright smile, but over the years he became much more than that: a singer, dancer, television host, an actor who has stood the test of time. What makes Donny's story so special is that while millions of people feel like they've grown up with him, there's one part of his life that he has always kept away from the spotlight: his marriage to his wife, Debbie. Fans have often wondered why she's almost never seen in public with him. For years, she has been missing from red carpets, award shows, and even social media. Now, at the age of 66, Donny has finally opened up about why we rarely see his wife. His answer is both simple and beautiful. To understand Donny Osmond's story, we have to start from the very beginning. Donny was born on December 9, 1957, in Ogden, Utah. He was the 7th of 9 children born to Olive May and George Osmond. His family was full of energy, faith, and talent. His parents were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's often called the Mormon Church, and their beliefs shaped everything they did. The Osmond family was known for their strong family values, their love of music, and their commitment to hard work. Donny grew up surrounded by siblings who were all involved in performing, and that sense of togetherness would stay with him for life. When Donny was just 5 years old, his brothers Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay were already performing together as a barbershop quartet called the Osmond Brothers. They had natural harmony, charming smiles, and a clean image that made them popular on television. Their big break came when they appeared on The Andy Williams Show, a popular variety show in the 1960s. Donny joined his brothers for a performance, singing "You Are My Sunshine," and instantly captured the audience's hearts. His sweet voice and innocent charm made him a star overnight. The Osmond family quickly became one of America's favorite musical families. It's known for their wholesome image and joyful performances. As Donny grew older, his fame grew even faster. In the 1970s, he became a teenage idol. Magazines like Tiger Beat and 16 were filled with his pictures. Teenage girls across the world covered their bedroom walls with his posters and dreamed of marrying him. He was loved for his good looks, his kind smile, and his pure-hearted personality. But while the world was screaming for him, Donny was still the same family-oriented boy from Utah, who cared deeply about his faith and his loved ones. In 1976, Donny and his younger sister Marie were given their own variety show on television called Donny and Marie. The show became a massive hit. The brother-sister duo sang, danced, and performed comedy sketches together. Their chemistry made audiences fall in love with them even more. They were funny, charming, and incredibly talented. Every week, families would sit down to watch Donny and Marie together. It was lighthearted entertainment, and it made Donny one of the most recognizable faces in America. He was still only in his late teens. His fame was bigger than most adult stars could imagine. Behind the smiles and songs, however, fame came with pressure. Donny was constantly working, performing, recording, and filming. He didn't get much time to live like a normal teenager. While other kids his age were going to school dances or hanging out with friends, Donny was busy in studios and on tour buses. Still, his family kept him grounded. His parents made sure he stayed true to his values. And his faith helped him stay strong in the chaotic world of show business. One interesting fact about Donny's childhood is that 2 of his brothers, Verl and Tom, were born deaf. This meant that sign language was part of the Osmond household from the very beginning. Donny and his other siblings learned how to sign so they could communicate easily as a family. This experience taught Donny compassion, understanding, patience, qualities that would later define his character. Growing up in the entertainment industry was not easy. Donny spent much of his early life around adults instead of kids his own age. He met big stars like Elvis Presley, Andy Williams, and Bob Hope, who taught him lessons about performing that no school could ever teach. Andy Williams, in particular, became like a mentor to him. Donny once said that Andy taught him how to breathe correctly while singing. It's a simple but powerful lesson that helped him throughout his career. Watching legends like Elvis taught him how to control a stage and connect with an audience. These early influences shaped Donny into a confident performer who knew how to hold the crowd's attention. Even though his career was booming, Donny never let success make him arrogant. He stayed humble, polite, and grateful traits his fans loved him for. But as the years went on, things began to change. By the 1980s, the music industry had shifted. Pop culture was evolving, and Donny, who had once been the biggest teen idol in America, found himself struggling to fit into the new world of music. His wholesome image, which had once been his greatest strength, now made it hard for him to be seen as a serious adult artist. He tried to reinvent himself, experimenting with new styles and sounds. It was a difficult period, full of doubts and failures. The fame that once seemed unshakable began to fade, and for the first time in his life, Donny had to face what it meant to start over. During this period, he learned one of life's hardest lessons, that fame doesn't last forever. But this was also the time when something much more meaningful began to take root in his life. His relationship with a woman named Debbie. She was not a celebrity, not someone chasing the spotlight, but someone whose quiet strength would eventually become the foundation of his entire world. And that's where the most beautiful part of Donny Osmond's story truly begins. Donny Osmond first met Debbie Glenn when they were both very young. He was around 17, and she was just 15 at the time. Debbie was a popular cheerleader in their hometown, smart, confident, and beautiful. Donny has often said that he was instantly drawn to her. The funny part is, she wasn't interested in him at first. She was actually dating his brother. Donny would later joke that he had to wait for his turn, but deep down, he knew she was special. It took Donny 3 long years to win Debbie's heart. During that time, he was traveling the world, performing for huge audiences, and living every teenager's dream, yet the only girl he truly wanted didn't seem impressed by his fame at all. When Debbie finally agreed to go out with Donny, he was overjoyed. Their relationship grew quietly, away from the media and flashing lights. Donny loved that Debbie wasn't part of the entertainment world. She grounded him and reminded him what truly mattered in life. In 1978, when Donny was 20 years old, he married Debbie. Many people around him thought it was too early. His record company even warned him that getting married could ruin his image as a teen idol, after all. How could millions of teenage fans stay in love with him if they knew he was married? But Donny didn't care. He said he'd rather lose his fame than lose Debbie. That decision alone showed what kind of man he was, one who valued love and family over popularity. Their marriage started strong, but it wasn't always easy. Donny's career was going through ups and downs. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the Osmond name wasn't as big as it used to be. Donny tried to start fresh in pop music, but many people still saw him as the sweet boy from his teen idol days. He faced rejection after rejection, and it took a toll on his confidence. Financial problems hit the Osmond family too. Poor business decisions left them struggling to rebuild what they had lost. For someone who had grown up on top of the world, it was a painful fall. But through all those struggles, Debbie stayed by his side. Donny has said in interviews that, during his darkest times, Debbie was his greatest support. He called her his rockin' savior. When his career hit rock bottom, she didn't let him give up. Instead, she encouraged him to keep going, to rediscover his passion for performing, and to stay true to himself. Donny later admitted that without her love and patience, he might have lost himself completely during those years. In the 1980s, Donny began slowly rebuilding his image. He took on new projects that surprised people, including appearing in music videos that were more modern and edgy than anything he had done before. By the late 1980s, his comeback was in full swing when he released the hit song, "Soldier of Love." The song became a huge success and helped him win over a new generation of fans. For the first time in years, Donny was back on the charts. But now as an adult artist, through every high and low, Debbie was there, not as a manager or a public figure, but as the steady, quiet force behind the man everyone knew. Donny has often said that the reason their marriage has lasted so long is because of respect. He once told a reporter, "I would never do anything to hurt her, and I know she feels the same way." They don't pretend to be perfect, but they trust and understand each other deeply. The couple went on to have 5 sons, Don Jr., Jeremy, Brandon, Chris, and Josh. Family life became Donny's true joy. Even while working in Las Vegas or touring internationally, he made sure he was present for his children. He has said many times that his biggest success isn't the awards or albums, it's his family. Today, Donny and Debbie are proud grandparents to 14 grandchildren. When he talks about them, you can hear the happiness in his voice. He says being a grandparent has brought him peace and joy that fame never could. One of the most touching things about Donny and Debbie's relationship is how much they protect their privacy. Unlike many celebrity couples, they rarely appear together at public events. For decades, fans noticed that Donny almost always attended shows and award ceremonies alone. People began to ask, where is his wife? Was something wrong? Did she not want to be part of his world? The truth turned out to be far simpler and more meaningful. In 2020, Donny finally explained the reason in a heartfelt post on social media. He shared a photo of himself and Debbie, along with a message that touched fans' hearts. He said that they had made a decision early in their marriage to keep their personal relationship private. They didn't want fame to come between them or to expose their family life to constant public scrutiny. Debbie preferred a peaceful, normal life away from the cameras, and Donny respected that completely. He wrote that they value their privacy deeply, and it has helped them stay strong through the years. This choice to live quietly isn't about hiding. It's about protecting what matters most. Donny has said that Debbie is not just his wife, but his safe place. In interviews, he often credits her with keeping him balanced. In one interview with People magazine, he said, "Debbie gives my life stability. She keeps my feet on the ground." For a man who has spent nearly his entire life surrounded by bright lights and loud applause, having someone who helps him stay humble and centered is priceless. Their love story shows that sometimes the strongest relationships are the ones the world doesn't see. Donny has built a career that spans 6 decades, yet his marriage has remained private, sacred, and unshaken. And that, in many ways, is the secret behind their success, choosing love over fame, peace over attention, and truth over image. When Donny Osmond looks back at his life, he sees a journey filled with highs and lows, from teenage superstardom to personal struggle, from financial collapse to renewed fame. But through it all, one thing has never changed: the love and support of his wife, Debbie. At 66, Donny says that she is the reason he is still the man he wants to be. While the rest of the world sees him as a performer, Debbie sees him as a husband, a father, and a grandfather, and that difference has made all the difference. There's something deeply admirable about the way Donny and Debbie have protected their relationship from fame. In an age where every celebrity shares every detail of their life online, Donny and Debbie have done the opposite. They keep their private life private, and that's exactly what has made it last so long. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. Their love doesn't depend on public approval or headlines. It's real. It's quiet and strong. Over the years, Donny has shared glimpses of his deep gratitude for Debbie. In interviews, he often calls her his angel. He says she believed in him, even when he didn't believe in himself. During what he calls his dark years, when his career seemed to be falling apart and he was unsure of his future, Debbie reminded him that his worth wasn't tied to fame or success. She reminded him that he was loved simply for who he was. That kind of love is rare, especially in the entertainment industry, where relationships often break under pressure. Donny and Debbie's marriage has lasted more than 47 years, an incredible achievement in any world. Donny has said that their relationship works because of mutual respect and shared faith. Both of them believe in communication, forgiveness, and putting each other first. They also believe in keeping life as normal as possible. Even when surrounded by fame, family remains at the heart of everything they do. Donny takes great pride in his sons and grandchildren, and he often talks about how much joy they bring him. He has said that being Grandpa Donny is one of his favorite roles ever. When he's not performing, he loves spending quiet time at home with his family, helping with projects, or simply being present. He says that seeing his children become good parents themselves makes him proud beyond words, even though Donny continues to perform with sold-out shows in Las Vegas. Television appearances and music releases, he never lets fame take over his home life. His secret is simple. When he's on stage, he gives his all to his audience. But once he's home, he leaves show business at the door. That balance has kept him sane, grounded, and truly happy. Debbie, as always, is a big part of that balance. The story of Donny and Debbie Osmond teaches us something important about love. In a world that constantly celebrates what's seen, they remind us of the beauty of what's unseen. Real love doesn't need to be broadcast or posted online. It grows quietly in moments of trust, kindness, and faith. Donny could easily have made his marriage a public spectacle, using it to build his image or sell more tickets, but he never did. He and Debbie decided early on that their marriage was theirs alone, and that boundary has protected them from the chaos that often destroys celebrity relationships. There's also something inspiring about how Donny talks about failure and recovery. He doesn't hide his struggles. He has admitted that there were times when he felt broken, both emotionally and financially. He even called those years the darkest of his life. But he also says that those difficult years were the reason he truly learned what love means. Debbie never gave up on him. When he felt like he had nothing left, she was there, reminding him that they could start again. Their love story is not a fairy tale, it's real. It's full of ups and downs, but built on something unshakable. Donny often says that true love isn't about grand gestures. It's about everyday choices, choosing to stay, to forgive, to support, and to believe in each other. For more than 4 decades, that's exactly what they've done. Today, when fans see Donny perform, they see a man full of joy and gratitude. They might not see Debbie in the audience, but her presence is always with him. He says that every song he sings, every show he does, is possible because of the stability she gives him. In many ways, Debbie has been the quiet power behind Donny's long and successful career. So why do we never see her? Because she doesn't need to be seen. Her influence doesn't need cameras or interviews. It lives in their home, their children, and the love that has carried them through every storm. As Donny himself once said, "Fame fades, applause quiets, but love, real love, shines forever." Donny Osmond stands as proof that it's possible to have a long, successful career without sacrificing what truly matters. His story isn't just about fame, it's about faith, family, and the kind of love that doesn't need an audience to last. And perhaps that's the most powerful lesson of all, that the greatest success in life isn't being loved by millions of fans, but being truly loved by one person who never leaves your side. Even after all these years, Donny Osmond continues to inspire people across generations. What makes him special isn't just his music or his long career, it's the kind of person he is when the cameras are off. In a world where fame often changes people, Donny has remained kind, genuine, and grounded. He still carries himself with the same sincerity he had as a teenager, proving that time can change many things, but character lasts forever. When fans talk about meeting Donny, they often share similar stories. They say he takes time to talk, listens with care, and always shows appreciation. Whether he's signing an autograph or taking a picture, he makes people feel important. It's a small gesture, but it reveals a lot about who he is. He treats everyone equally, not as fans, but as friends. This humility has earned him deep respect, not just admiration. Behind all his success, Donny has always credited his family for keeping him strong. He often says that without Debbie, his life would have taken a very different path. She's been his anchor, his safe place, and his biggest supporter. While he stands in the spotlight, she stays behind it, not because she's shy, but because that's where she's happiest. Debbie has always believed that their family life should belong to them, not to the world. And Donny has honored that belief completely. Their story is more than just a celebrity marriage. It's a lesson about love, privacy, and respect. In an age where people share every detail of their lives online, Donny and Debbie have chosen something rare: peace. They've built a world where fame stops at the front door, where their children and grandchildren can grow up surrounded by love, not headlines. That decision has kept their bond strong through the noise of fame and the passage of time. Donny's children often say that what they admire most about their father isn't his fame. He taught them to work hard, stay humble, and put family first. He showed them that success doesn't mean having everything. It means being grateful for what you already have. His sons now carry those lessons into their own families, passing down the same values Donny learned from his parents all those years ago in Utah. In recent interviews, Donny has reflected on how fast life goes by. He says that when he looks back, what matters most aren't the awards or achievements, but the moments of love and laughter he's shared with his family. He often tells younger performers not to chase fame too hard, to make time for the people who truly matter. Because when the music stops and the lights fade, it's family that remains. Today, Donny stands as a symbol of longevity, not just in entertainment, but in life itself. He has faced failure, loss, and reinvention, yet he never lost his spirit. He continues to sing with the same passion he had at 5 years old, proving that dreams don't expire, they evolve. His story isn't only about success. It's about faith, forgiveness, finding balance between the spotlight and the soul. For Donny Osmond, life has come full circle. From a young boy with a song in his heart to a man surrounded by love. His journey is a reminder that true greatness isn't measured by fame. It's measured by how you live, how you love, and how you treat others. And in that sense, Donny's story will never fade. It will continue to touch hearts, just like his music always has.